How's it doing, folks, and welcome to our 29th episode of the 31 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Christmas. I'll be your host, the Black Ranger. We are now 3 days away from the end of 2022 and moving on to 2023. So today we are going to be looking at Extreme Force. Now actually I miscalculated how many packs I actually had. So including the one on our corkboard advent calendar, I actually have 7 packs to open. Now the interesting thing about this is that I had bought some before. So I bought one online, of course, so that one can totally be random. Anything could be in that pack. I'm not sure it's a pack out of a box. And of course the 6 that I have here, those are all from the same box. So normally a box is 24. So if you're not sure if you want to buy a whole box, try to buy like... It's weird because like sometimes the box each side, there's 12 packs on each side, so they'll be mirrored. So for example, if you get like an ultra rare 4 packs down on the left, sometimes you get an ultra rare 4 packs down on the right. But depending on how they're packaging, sometimes those might be shifted. Sometimes everything may be at the bottom of the box. But based upon some of my calculations, because I actually went in and wrote out the stats every time I open a box, most of the, or typically for 100 card sets, of course, which Extreme Force is, so there are also 9 cards per pack. Typically, if you can get like 6 from the top of either side, or like 6 from like somewhere in the middle, you're most likely get at least an ultra rare among the 6, or maybe even the secret rare, because it is always, most of the time, there was some like twice for some reason I got 3 ultra rares on one side, and then I got 3 ultra rares and 1 secret rare and 1 secret. So that was a box that I guess I got shafted on, where I only got 3 ultra rares in the box, which was super weird because typically it's supposed to be guaranteed 4. But in an ideal situation, it's always going to be 2 ultra rares and a secret rare on each of 12 side of the box. So if you can get 6 cards or 6 packs somewhere in there, you're probably going to at least get an ultra rare for your troubles. So hopefully I get an ultra rare in this set, and then of course I have just the one random one that I don't know where that came from in the box, so that could have some good stuff in there as well. But anyway, let's hop right into it. So only 3 more episodes, including this one. So if we look at our corkboard advent calendar, we have the Extreme Force, so we're opening those 7 packs. Then of course tomorrow we will be doing Lightning Overdrive, and on New Year's Eve we'll be opening some Circuit Break. And of course those last 2 episodes will also be the final 2 episodes of a foray into the unknown wilds of the OTS Pack 19. So let's see what we're able to pull today and go from there. And I'm wearing a red shirt to kind of go along with the red theme of Extreme Force. So hopefully we can pull that Excode Talker. There are also a couple of other cards that I'm looking for as well. One major one being the secret rare Hey True Nade, which of course is a retrain from the classic Giant True Nade, which was a busted card back in its time as well. So we'll start with the one on the corkboard, then we'll move into our 6 to the side. So of course 9 cards per pack. This is one of the sets that does actually contain rares. I'm not sure if it was in that weird in-between time where they were doing a rare and a super rare per pack as well. So there are 48 commons, 20 rares, 14 supers, 10 ultras, and 8 secrets. Now, of course, I'm pretty close to completing this. Funny enough, completing this set as well, since I've only just bought 1 box of it, and then a couple of packs here and there. So I think I'm like 10 or 12 cards away. Of course, most of those are, of course, the ultras and the secret rares. So let's see what we're able to pull today. Hopefully, we can kind of fill in some of those holes from what we don't have. So in our first pack, we have, I'm not sure if the 1, 2, 3, I'll do 4 just in case. So that might be the foil. Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, it is going to be the foil, because the rare is 1 away from the foil. So we had a Steel Swarm Origin. We got a Flick Clown, a Fire Prison, an FA City Grand Prix, a Secure Gardener, a Mech Knight Orange Sunset, a Chidangle Intruder, a Stripping Partner, and then our foil for the pack, if there is indeed a foil, is Oh yes, this is that's a sick pull. This was one of the ultra rares that I was missing, and also one of my asterisk cards on my list for Extreme Force. So we got the ultra rare mythical bestiary. Another reason why I wanted is because, of course, bestiary is one of those classic kind of little like collector's things in RPGs that kind of shows you the monsters that you've did, all the monsters that you have defeated. Kind of similar, you could say, to like a Pokedex, for example. So Pokedex is essentially a bestiary, and of course, it shows you some information on them as well. So that's a solid pull. I'm really happy with that pull. So awesome. So amazing start, and that was the one random pack as well that I just happened to pick up online when I was trying to fill out all the days for my corporate admin account, because I want to every day, each of the 31 days, I want to open a different pack. So that's really awesome. I'm really happy with that. So now moving on. So that's a really good start. Let's carry that over to our other 6 packs, see what we're able to pull here. So in our first pack that we had off to the side, so that means the pack trick is 1, 2, 3. That's the rare. So put that in front of the foil. That should work. All right. So we have some world legacy cards. We have World Legacy, World Shield. We have a Recovery Sorcerer, another Flick Clown, a Column Switch. That was a really interesting kind of mechanic they added to YuGiOh, where the cards in columns are kind of like, so for example, like Infinite Impermanence is one that, I mean, of course it works normally, which is why it's so busted, but also it makes you pay attention to what's in your column compared to what your opponent has in the same column. Because if you have like an awesome card and you don't want it to get destroyed, banished, or its effects to get negated, and they have an impermanent that column, you could be swimming up the creek without at a paddle. So it kind of makes you really think about where you're placing your cards as well. And of course, the Link monsters play into that too, in terms of where their arrows point. So that was a really cool mechanic that they added into the game. Then we have Yokozuna Sumo Spirit. We have Showdown of the Secret Sense Scroll Techniques. Well, maybe I did that wrong. Okay, so we have a super rare Vendread Battle Lord, and I guess our... Ooh, yeah, I did do that wrong. That's so. I don't know, because sometimes some of these in between packs, or specifically the packs where their lettering is like this. So depending on how the lettering of the pack is, those are all packs from like the same kind, I guess you can call, like, series of releases. Whereas, for example, if we look at, what do I have here? So I have a couple of examples here of the, here we go, Blazing Vortex. So for example, most of the 60 card packs, or like the deck builder packs, their lettering is typically like this. So if you look at something for example, like Mystic Fighters or even Dark Saviors, they have similar lettering because they were all the deck builder packs. And of course, like, even Abyss Rising is from a different era, because even its lettering is different. How it has the lettering that has that little kind of thing at the bottom there, whereas Extreme Force has like those 2 lines on the other side. And for example, the ones from this era that we're currently in, like Blazing Vortex, they have the name, and then they have like the kind of like that double line thing at the bottom. So I find that really interesting as too. And obviously those packs tend to have the same like rarity distributions and things like that. So that's like really interesting. Anyway, moving on from that little tidbit, I think packs from this generation or this era, they, where the foil is in the pack, kind of like switches. It could be in like the 4th slot or the 5th slot, and because there's also like a rare in there, that kind of changes where they are. So that's actually really weird. So anyway, we got a super rare Vendread Battle Lord, so that's awesome. We got a Mech Knight Green Horizon, and our rare is Master King Archman, which is really cool because I believe that is a retrain of the King Archfiend, which was back in Dark Crisis, so that's actually really cool. So not bad. So that's what we have there. I'm not sure if I have Vendred Battlelord already. I will actually, let's just consult our checklist right now. So what number is he? He is AN82. I have this right here. So I do or do not. I do indeed have him already. So not bad. Still a super rare. So that's pretty good. So let's move on to our next packs and see what we're able to pull here. So I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna do the 4 because that should, in theory, guarantee that that's always the foil and the front might be the rare. Okay, no. So this is another pack where it's been shifted around. So we have Underclock Talker. We have Ghost Trick Renovation. Not bad. Ghost Trick, that's another archetype I would like to collect. Tedangel Base Gardener. Kind of reminds me of the Bomb from the Bomb, how they look in Final Fantasy 13, if anyone's played that game. We have an Ealer's Circuit. We have a Kuro Obi Karate Spirit. A Link Hole. We have a Mechanite Orange Sunset. And, ooh, nice. We got another Ultra. We got Triple Burst Dragon. Sadly, I do actually already have this pull. So, but not bad. So there is still potential for another Ultra or even a Secret to be amongst these 6 cards. Because I don't believe the box that I got it from this is from last time I went to New Brunswick. And I'll be going there tomorrow, actually. So I'll be trying to pick up some more sick Yu-Gi-Oh loot that I can't get in Halifax. It was not at the very top or at the very bottom, so it was in the middle. So that might let us pull some things higher than super rare. So that's not bad. Still a really awesome pull. Can never have too many dragons. This is part of kind of like the rocket/boiled dragon archetype. It plays into like the dark kind of machine-looking dragon. So that's a really awesome pull. And of course, yeah, and there you go. As you said, there's our rare, the Shell Rocket Dragon. So that's really solid. So I'm really happy with that as well. So I'll leave this pack kind of out to double check that afterwards. So moving on to our fourth, or our fourth pack. One, two, three, four. So this one we have. So the rare kind of switches around sometimes. So we have a Mystical Beast of Jackal. Not to be confused with the Mystical Knight of Jackal, which was an awesome like OG card from back in the day. We have a Lockout Gardener. Another World Legacy Shield. An FA City Grand Prix. A Stripping Partner again. A Mahjong Munia Maidens. A Tedangel Angel. A Watt Kinetic Puppeteer. And our foil. Ooh, nice! We got another There Can Only Be One. Solid Floodgate. That's a really nice pull as well. Now, I do already have this, but still a good pull, nevertheless. And let me know down in the comments, like, how do you feel about how they've... so, what do you find the best? Because there's a bunch of different distributions of rarities and certain packs. So, of course, originally way back in the day, even in a box, and we're just talking about in a 24-pack box, there was no, like, specific guarantees, per se. For example, like, back then, there was no guaranteed, like, secret in a box. And, for example, like, Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon only had 2 secret rares in the whole pack, which were Gaia the Dragon Champion and Tri-Horned Dragon. So I guess they may have been a little bit more coveted as opposed to now, where we're up to 10 secrets per set. Now, of course... So what distribution do you prefer? The old school distribution where nothing is guaranteed, kind of like a step up from that, where we had proper like distribution but rares still existed. So like there was no guaranteed super rares for example. So the rare in your pack could also be just a simple common rare. Or when like kind of in this kind of era where they put a rare and then a foil in a pack. But then the distribution was there were only 8 secret rares per set. So essentially, if you bought 4 boxes, you could get, if you were lucky, you could complete the whole set if all of your secrets, because you're guaranteed 2 secrets per pack, were all not doubles. Or do you prefer how it is now, whereas there are no rares, you're always guaranteed a super rare. So kind of super rares are, I guess, the new common in terms of rarities. And then, but then there's 10 secret rares per set. So whereas before you only have to buy 4 boxes, so technically it would be cheaper. I mean, of course, in an ideal world. Or do you prefer now we have to buy 5 boxes, of course, in an ideal world to complete the set? So there's also that. So I kind of liked it when I only had to buy 4 boxes because you were still guaranteed super rares in every pack, and I like the fact that they were still rare because it was nice to be able to look like, okay, I got a rare, but I still have a chance to get a super in the same pack. So there was that value to it as well, and the fact that you could buy less for more, I guess you could say, because you only had to buy 4 boxes instead of buying 5 now to kind of like, in terms of like a perfect ratio of cards. So let me know in the comments where you stand in terms of that aspect and how Konami has changed how the rarity distributions in 24 pack boxes work. Anyway, enough of my rambling about Yu-Gi-Oh stats. Let's move on to our final 3 packs. So we pulled some awesome stuff so far. We pulled one thing we can definitely check off of our list, which was the Mythical Bestiary, which I'm super happy about. Let's see if we can add to that, and maybe add even only one more card to add. That would be amazing. So let's do our 4. So we have a World Legacy Whispers. So that's where our rare ended up landing there. We have a Scramble Egg, some classic Sonic Duck, or Sonic Chick. Yeah, that's a Sonic Chick action. We have a Tadangle Protector, not Projector. Another Flick Clown. An FA Motorhome Transport. This one, when I pulled this guy the first time, it really reminded me because a friend of mine, him and his family, they are all like mechanics, but they also run in the local kind of like racing, like car like racing. It's really, again, they have something similar to this, not with the cranes, but they have like a motorhome that they transport their cars in, which is really, really cool. So that kind of super reminded me of that. Then we have a Bit Trooper, an FA Test Run, and I believe our foil is not an Akuro Obi Karate Spirit, but a... Ooh, nice! We got a super rare Gem Knight Phantom Quartz. Not bad part of that Gem Knight archetypes. That's really cool. Awesome. Not bad. Not bad at all. 2 more packs. Still some Ultra and Secret potential there. See what we're able to pull. I'm still really happy with that Triple Burst Dragon, of course, because it is an extra deck monster. So having 2 in my World deck doesn't hurt. Of course, we were able to add the Borderless Savage Dragon Secret Rare variant to our beautiful World Dragon. So I was super happy about that pull as well. To an extra Triple Burst Dragon definitely doesn't hurt. All right. So our rare is Mech Knight Red Moon, not bad. There is a Mech Knight that I'm still looking for, which is a secret rare, so hopefully I can pull him as well. We have a Fiery Prison. We have an FA Grand Prix City. A Parallel Port Armor. A Tindango Hound. A Column Switch. A Nigel's Projection. That kind of reminds me of Delta Attack from back in the day. A Tadango Delaney, and our foil is... Ooh, nice! We got a Mech Knight Indigo Eclipse Super, not the one I was looking for, but then not bad. I assume that our, just from that first rare Mech Knight, that our foil of this pack was going to be another Mech Knight as well. So not bad. Oh, that is another Yu-Gi-Oh! Story archetype, lore archetype that's really cool, is the World Chalice, which, like, World Chalice ties in there, Mech Knights tie in there, of course, and, like, a lot of, like, other like, cards or archetypes tie in there as well. The, like, Orcus tie in there, so that's really cool. Guard Dragons tie in there. So it's really that is a that's probably one of the most or more expansive story arcs in in Yu-Gi-Oh, which is really cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a Link Belt in our final pack, a Link Belt Wall Dragon. We have a Tendangle Acute Cerberus. Some geometry jokes hidden in that card's name. A Tendangle Protector. Another Scramble Egg. A Zombino to go with the Zombina. An Artifact Mjolnir. A Signet Refresh. Ooh, nice. We got another ultra rare in Boot Sector Launch. Not bad. So that's part of the Boral archetype. So I'm super happy with that pull. And then our rare is Mythical Bestiamorph. Now, I do actually already have a Boot Sector Launch as well. So most of the cards that we got today are cards that I did happen to already have. They are still really solid pulls. Of course, can never have too many of these because obviously sometimes people play the 3-ofs of certain cards, of course. So not bad overall for my Boral deck. And then, of course, we were able to pull the Mythical Bestiary, so I'm super happy with that pull overall. So once again, folks, thank you again for joining me. The higher cards definitely pulled through us. We were able to pull 3 ultra rares out of 7 packs. That's pretty good odds, I would say. And of course, the rest was the guaranteed super rares, so not too bad overall. And of course, we'll continue believing the higher the cards, folks, and I will see you next turn for our second to last video going towards the end of 2022. Thank you again, folks, and have a good evening.